here searching for my baby. I went through every casino there is. I heard there's one of my biggest fans here in town. I was dying to see him. Dying to see him. What are we doing? Fuel bar tonight? Is that what we're doing? I'll be there. I'll be there.
And a grandfather. Derek Ware tells me the Arizona-based YouTuber Finny Da Legend was just a big, friendly guy.
If something was wrong, he would just always check up on me.
He was a husband, too. Ware says Finny's wife, who went by Bubbly, lived up to her name, lighting up each room she entered.
She would have fun everywhere she went. People wanted to be around her.
He says he actually met Finny through the accused.
Alright, what's up with the YouTube fam? I'm back again with another video. Now listen, a lot of people have been hitting me up asking me my thoughts and opinions on this situation, and a lot of y'all been hitting me up asking me to do a video over this whole situation. I'm guessing that y'all like to hear my take on things. Well, hell, you won't be subscribed if you didn't, but y'all know where I'm coming from and what I'm trying to say when I say what I say. But yeah, I said let me go ahead and just make a video about it because I seen it. I just don't be the type of guy to sit around and wait on tragedy, you know what I'm saying, and shit like this. So, you know, I kind of let it blow over a little bit sometimes, and then I'll talk about it and shit like that. But we're finna go ahead and get into the whole situation. But before we do get into anything else, I do want to say RIP to this beautiful couple who lost their lives in the midst of all of this YouTube drama, man. You know, I think a lot of people don't really understand how much a person takes social media serious. And I don't think that some people should take social media so damn serious. But ultimately, you know, this situation right here basically is about two people, well, three people in all, but ultimately it was about two men who were in a YouTube feud, you know. And I see a lot of people saying certain shit about this, why it happened, and this and all of that, man. We really just genuinely will never know. It can be some animosity, jealousy, or anything. We really just don't know. But some things were made public about them and their feud and things like that. Now, one of the things that is public right now is that well, you know, let me say RP to the people who lost their lives, and I want to send some love out to their family members and anybody out there that had a genuine love for them. Now, one of the things that I did see was that the wife, the lady who lost her life, she ultimately ended up going to the guy who took their life later on down the line. She went up to him and got pepper sprayed. But fast forward to now, the guy who took their lives was really the aggressor this time. He was riding around looking for him and his wife. I got that video in here too. I'm gonna show y'all that as well. I just want to say it's so lame and it's so weird how people are out here moving, man. You know, to be riding around Las Vegas looking for people to do something to them off of some internet shit is crazy to me. If you're not directly harming my family members or me or my business, I'm not really worried about you like that. You feel me? Now, words do, you know, cause a lot of reactions, and people will whoop your ass. I'm gonna keep it real with you about what you say, but to ride around looking for you to do something like actually take your life is idiotic to me. That's just my personal opinion on that. But look, we're gonna go ahead and go into this whole situation right here, but I want to tell everybody out there that's rocking with me that I definitely do appreciate y'all for being here. I hope that everything is okay with you and your family, and I'm wishing y'all nothing but the best in every aspect of y'all's life. When I say that, I'm only talking to those who say it back to me in return, and to those who reciprocate the same energy back to me as well. And yeah, just not typing it out for whatever the reason may be. Add out my social medias and things like that. Everything will be in the comment section if y'all want to add those. Other than that, let's go ahead and get into this real quick. And yeah, man, I got what led up to like the real incident right then and there. I'm not gonna show y'all nobody's lives being taken, even though it's all over the news and can be posted. That's just not how I get down over here. But yes, you'll see where he spotted them. And yeah, man, you know, the guy who lost his life, Finny Da Legend is what he goes by on YouTube. He was having the time of his life out there enjoying Las Vegas, man. It's just so crazy you can just pass away just like that, man. This shit crazy. Let's get into it though. So there's him right here setting up the camera. I know some of y'all already know some of this stuff and it's good for y'all, but for those who don't know, this is what's going on. So there's the guy right there, the SinCity Manny. See, he was looking for them. He instantly came out with that fire. You can't be moving like that.
Jerome, I'm out here searching for my baby.
Just lame.
I went through casino there is. I heard there's one of my biggest fans here in town. I'm dying to see him. Dying to see him. What are we doing? Field bar tonight? Is that what we're doing? I'll be there. I'll be there. Better believe it. You come to my city and think I'm not gonna show up? You think I'm not gonna show up? I should have been the first one to be told. Right? Somebody should have sent me my invite. Mr. Marquez. That's right.
Just slow as hell. This premeditated, basically.
We outside. We doing field bar tonight? I'm there, homie. What's the field bar without the fuel? We're doing the field bar tonight. You go. Or wherever you go, I will be there. Oh man, come on, I have to say hi to my biggest fan. You know? Bye!
Look at this slow fucker. Tripping.
You know? I heard that shit, I jumped out of my bed. You came out here so fast. I'm very disappointed right now. All this long stream, and I didn't see my biggest fan. Teardrop. Just know instigators get this shit too.
Now you heard what he said. Instigators get it too. So I just want to say, this is our premeditated. He's definitely finna get a lot of time. I don't see him getting out for no reason on earth. And if they do, it's some real major injustices going on, real talk. But this fucker right here was just so weird and lame. And I seen that his channel was allegedly on the decline and the other guy's channel was on the incline. And that sparks a lot of jealousy. But what people don't be realizing is you can get thousands and thousands of views, and somebody else can get less views, and they can still be making way more money than the person that's getting hundreds and thousands of views. People don't know how the YouTube shit works, so they be tripping and they will get discouraged. I don't give a damn how much a person getting, how many views you get, none of this shit, because you never just know what nobody's really making. And I don't think you should be worried about this shit, no way, but that does cause a lot of animosity and shit like that, real talk. But yeah, you can see somebody with 1.5 million views and thinking they done hit a lick and got a bunch of money, and somebody else got 75,000 views and they done made 10 times more money than the person with the 1.5 million views. Or the subscriber count is different, but what's the use of having all those subscribers when you really don't even have nobody interacting with you? There's so many different things that shouldn't bother you and you got to think about. But that could be one of the major reasons why that he was tripping on that guy like that. People really do despise you doing something. But I feel like that, you know, at the same time, I got to keep it all the way 100. You can't be antagonizing people. You can't be, you know what I'm saying, picking at them as well, too. I'm not saying it's justifiable and things like that. And you do need to stand up for whatever you believe in. But at the same time, it comes with things. I'm a real big firm believer on standing on what you believe, but it also comes with certain things as well. But this is him at his little arraignment or whatever he had going on, but he did turn himself in. He walked right into the jail, turned himself in, and now he finna face the consequences. Let's get back into it.
Good morning, Mr. Ruiz.
Look, I'm just slow.
You were arrested for 2 counts of open murder and use of a deadly weapon. The court did find probable cause existed for your arrest. You need to hear from the district attorney's office today.
Your Honor, it's the state's understanding the public defender would like to pass this to the department.
That is correct, Your Honor. I would like our homicide team to handle this case personally, so we're asking for 2 days to the department.
So, Mr. Ruiz, this court will be holding you on no bail. I'm going to send your case to the department that will ultimately be hearing your case going forward. And you will have your Valdez and this hearing at that point. That court date will be
June 12 at 8:30 in apartment 14.
And the shooting comes after months of an online feud between YouTubers Finny Da Legend and the accused Manuel Ruiz. Fox 5's Molly McBride joins us in the studio with a new look into what could have led up to last night's shooting. Molly.
Well, through one of Finny's friends, we're learning more about what could have led up to this shooting and what Finny and his wife Bubbly meant to the Vegas, Arizona YouTube community.
Now listen to some of this.
A son, a father.
Oh, he's a good father. He takes care of his kids.
And a grandfather. Derek Ware tells me the Arizona-based YouTuber, Finny Da Legend, was just a big, friendly guy.
If something was wrong, he would just always check up on me.
He was a husband, too. Ware says Finny's wife, who went by Bubbly, lived up to her name, lighting up each room she entered.
She would have fun everywhere she went. People wanted to be around her.
He says he actually met Finny through the accused shooter, Manuel Ruiz's YouTube page, offering insight on the feud between the two YouTubers.
This was brewing. This brewed for 2 years.
Ware says it all started back in 2023 when Ruiz pepper sprayed Bubbly on Fremont Street.
I was saying, I'm just glad it was pepper spray and it wasn't bullets.
A grim foreshadowing of what was to come.
I said, I don't want to see you here in pain with bullets in you. So let's figure this out.
Ware says Finny chose to never get physical.
His wife said she was okay, so he was just like, okay, let's handle this another way.
Instead, he fought back online.
He controls his emotions very well. That's what I liked about him the most.
Ware says Finny held a weekly live stream where people could speak freely about anything, including their grievances with Ruiz.
Manny was welcome to come on and defend himself. He kept it fair. It wasn't just a bash. It wasn't just let's talk about Manny, talk bad about Manny. It's just everybody's experience.
Now, one thing I can say is that is not a damn lie. I watched some of them videos a while ago to see how he was out here moving, and you can tell he was very level-headed, just how a man should be. You know, we all tend to overreact in certain instances, but you know, he was really composed with a lot of the things that I did see a while ago. Now, y'all might have seen other shit, I don't know, but I know what I seen, and I seen him be a man in most cases. You see what I'm saying? And ultimately, you know, I seen something where I think I'm gonna put a clip in the beginning of the video. Y'all probably already done seen it by now, or if I didn't put it in there, don't be mad at me. But he was just basically saying he was gonna leave dude alone. Like, you know, he was saying that mental illnesses are real, and he's not finna basically, you know, keep on dealing with that. You feel me? He wasn't finna go no further with trying to strike his channel down and things like that. And I really commended him on that, you know, because somebody that's coming for me, I'll be kind of tripping, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, but ultimately, you know, when I think about my family and shit, I'll calm down and cool out. And I think that's what he really been doing. Because when somebody do something to your wife, hell, your girlfriend, but especially your wife, you know something come with that. And he was calm after that too. And he said his wife was in the wrong too. And I respected that. He said my wife was in the wrong for that. You know, so it is what it is. Let's get back into the video though.
Says as Ruiz lost followers, Finny's online popularity grew, dethroning Ruiz from his position as king of the tight-knit Vegas, Arizona YouTube community. But Ware tells me he never thought Ruiz would escalate to this level of violence.
That's just sickly. He's sick. That's just, what do you get out of that? I don't get that. You just ruined 2 families.
Or that a jealousy-fueled feud would take away his 2 friends forever. Ware says if he wasn't resting for an upcoming surgery, he could have been with Finny on the Strip Sunday night. His one message to our community, Finny and Bubbly were so much more than YouTubers. They leave behind a heartbroken family.
All right, we are following breaking news as we speak. Police have arrested a suspect in the deadly Las Vegas Strip shooting just moments ago. They announced the arrest of Manuel Ruiz in connection to the double homicide. This happened Sunday, just before 11 p.m. local time, right there near the Bellagio Hotel's iconic fountain. A live stream actually captures the moment when gunshots ring out and it sent tourists running in terror. We should warn you that some of the images here are disturbing. NBC News correspondent Sam Brock joins us now. Sam, what do we know about the suspect?
So we know there was a manhunt that was going on Morgan for about 11 hours until 5 or 10 minutes ago. We found out from police in the area that Manuel Ruiz, 41 years old, turned himself in, walked into the police station. He has been detained. He now, according to police, faces 2 different charges, open deadly weapon, 2 of them. What that means is they're not specifying the degree of homicide, 1st degree, 2nd degree manslaughter. It's going to be up to a jury to decide that. But there was a live streamed video of him was perpetuated on Las Vegas Boulevard, the middle of the strip, as you said, the Bellagio, which is one of these just landmark places in Las Vegas. And you're watching in real time on YouTube as a murder is executed. And you actually got a very good look at his face in that video. I'm not sure if it was in the portion of the clip that we showed, but police clearly were able to identify who they were looking for. They also added, Morgan, that there was a history online with some sort of social media feud between him and one of the victims. There were 2 victims in this case, so it's not even clear if the second person was involved or just caught up in the crossfire. But at the end of the day, 2 people were killed in Las Vegas. It's a rare thing. You might think so much hustle and bustle and activity and maybe violence in the Las Vegas Strip. There's not a ton of precedent for people being on the Las Vegas Strip. Yes, there's been a shooting in Las Vegas in 2017, but as far as like how frequently does this kind of thing happen there, not frequently at all, much less something that's live streamed to a live audience that now people are probably still trying to process because it's so unnerving and so upsetting.
I mean, the fact that it was live streamed is what I think is just kind of like head scratching in 2025. And it also shows you, though, what a key piece of the investigation something like that is, right?
It must have helped investigators, but ironically, it was not necessarily what led to this man's arrest. It was the fact that he had turned himself in. But I also think back to what happened in 2015 when there was a photojournalist and a reporter in Virginia who was killed, murdered, live streamed, right? This was a paradigm shift. And now there's sort of eerie howls of that or echoing of that now.
And here we are.
Sure, tonight, new developments in last night.
Like, I think people aren't seeing the fact that he was going to get caught. It was just inevitable. He had a digital footprint. He been riding around tripping and shit. Just how I got that video, it was screen recorded. It was put out there to the public. He been looking for this man. And then his phone would have let them know exactly where the hell he went right before this took place. He was going to get caught regardless. But social media really does play a major part in these murders and stuff like that. And I feel like they're not giving people their just due. You know what I'm saying? I'm real big on that. Like here, when I post videos, I like to make sure the person's name is showing. I hate all that weird ass hiding people's names and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like show the people who the hell brought the media to the media. You know what I'm saying? But they don't like to do that shit. But the people did their job, and I'm glad that they did it, and I very much commend them for doing that. I love the fact that social media comes together when these situations take place, real talk. Now, some of these videos right here are kind of like when it happened. I showed y'all the updates of what's going on right now, but these videos right here are getting towards the end of the whole situation. But listen, we're gonna talk about everything in the comment section. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all watch the rest of this. We done talked about majority of everything that needs to be talked about, but I know a lot of y'all want to see from beginning to the end. Today I put the end in the front, in the beginning, at the end, but it's still all some good, valuable information pertaining to this situation. Other than that, man, I appreciate y'all for being here, and we're gonna talk about everything in the comment section.
Right. Something like that is, right?
It must have helped investigators, but ironically, it was not necessarily what led to this man's arrest. It was the fact that he had turned himself in. But I also think back to what happened in 2015 when there was a photojournalist and a reporter in Virginia who was killed, murdered, live streamed, right? This was a paradigm shift. And now there's sort of eerie hollows of that or echoing of that now.
And here we are.
Next here tonight, new developments in last night shooting on the Las Vegas Strip. The man police say is responsible turned himself in earlier today. Ryan Ketchum walks us through what happened Sunday night and what one witness saw.
Less than 24 hours ago on this same walkway that tourists are using right now in front of the Bellagio Fountains was a scene of chaos after a broke out. One tourist tells me he saw it all happen.
We heard about 7 to 8 gunshots when we're sitting out here in the balcony.
My wife and I were actually watching the fountain view here on our balcony, and just out of nowhere, we heard the first bang. We looked at each other, and then the bangs just started coming. It was a horrifying situation.
Edward and his wife are in town for their 13th wedding anniversary. He tells me that both of them were in shock and fear when the rang out.
From where we were at, I mean, it was just so loud. It sounded like it was maybe 6-7 feet away from us. You know, that's why we got so scared. We don't know where it was coming from at the moment.
Edward captured this video showing the moments following the shooting that 2 people. Heavy police response blocking all travel in front of the Bellagio.
Las Vegas Police Department, they showed up instantly, and that makes us feel safe.
Police announcing Monday morning they arrested 41-year-old Manuel Ruiz. They say the suspect walked into the Henderson Police Department, turning himself in. He's being held on 2 charges of open weapon. Police say this is an isolated incident that may have stemmed from a social media dispute. Edward and his wife returned to the Strip Monday, less than 24 hours later. But despite there being no active threat, he tells me that still, they had an uneasy feeling being there. Do you think you'll ever be able to erase that from your mind the next time you're in front of the Bellagio Fountains, or do you think it's just going to play over and over again?
Honestly, I don't think it's going to erase.
The same sentiment was shared by tourists Monday. Is it in the back of your mind at all now?
Oh yes, definitely. Not just here, but just anywhere. Since this happened, you got to be more aware of your surroundings.
We are still working to learn more information on what led up to this, such as how many shots were and the identity of the victims. We will continue to keep you updated both on air and online with the latest information. Reporting in front of the Bellagio Hotel and Casino, I'm Ryan Ketchum.
At first, everyone was just trying to look like, oh, maybe someone fainted. But then as police cars started coming over, everyone got very, very concerned.
And you are waking up to breaking news this morning from the overnight hours. 2 people are following a feud, according to authorities on social media, that just spilled into fire in front of the Bellagio Fountains hours ago. Thank you for being here. I'm Kim Wagner. Our live team coverage continues this morning. Police still looking for the person who pulled the trigger, who the person responsible for this shooting. As you can see, it was quite chaotic right there in front of the Bellagio Fountains as people were wrapping up having fun in our city. This happened right before the 11 o'clock hour last night. Our Andrew Nomura is on the case this morning. He is going to break down who they believe was involved in the online feud that possibly led to the death. And also News 3's Alora Lagarde is breaking down the timeline of how this all went down. Let's kick things off with Alora first. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Kim. We have been talking in these past few hours about what we have been seeing so far. It goes into this shooting that happened, claiming the lives of 2 victims. Just to show you right now what we're seeing, Kim, we still have this area blocked off. We are at South Las Vegas Boulevard on the 3600 block. It goes all the way down to Flamingo. We have literally this whole entire area of the Strip is completely blocked off right now. But here's what we do know, Kim. Metro Police responded on the Strip last night on the 3600 block of Las Vegas Boulevard near the Bellagio Fountains around 10:40 p.m. Police ran towards the fire and found 2 victims on the ground suffering wounds. Despite life-saving measures, both victims were pronounced on the scene. Here are the moments that police heard the fire, and we warn you, what you are about to hear and see might be disturbing. Police believe they have the suspect identified and that this is an isolated incident. Now, they also tell us that this involved some sort of social media beef between the victim and the suspect. The Undersheriff Andrew Walsh spoke to us during a press conference at the scene last night. Here's a listen.
At this point, every effort is being made by members of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department to locate, apprehend, and arrest the suspect who is responsible for this crime.
Now, they have not identified the name of the suspect or the victims at this time, but we are still awaiting those answers. But what we can say is that it is a very somber feeling right now, having 2 lives being lost. We're now going to send it right on over to Andrew Nomura, who's going to give us a little bit more regarding that social media aspect to it. Andrew?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, tons of police presence here from our end. Currently right now at Las Vegas Boulevard and Flamingo, here on top of the pedestrian walkway, where we are getting our best vantage point of police presence here, as they have blocked off any entryway onto Las Vegas Boulevard in front of the Bellagio Fountains. But just like you alluded to, Kim, Under Sheriff Wash mentioning that this whole feud started on social media.
At this point, we believe we have the suspect identified and that this is an isolated incident, knowing that the suspect and the victim had previously engaged in some type of conflict using a variety of social media platforms.
Yeah, from what we can make out as we were doing our due diligence here, this apparently beef between what's called SinCity Manny, a YouTuber, also between Finny Da Legend. Of course, this information not confirmed at this point, but doing some process journalism this morning, we also saw that a tweet alleged that the beef was between these two YouTubers. Of course, we are working with authorities to figure out the best way, getting more information, and when we do, we'll be sure to bring that to you on air and online on news3lv.com. Kim, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
And Andrew, before we let you go, have they given you any indication that we've seen the social media images of the person with a gun and using it, so it seems fairly easy to identify the person. Authorities have saying they do know who the person is, but they've yet to be arrested. Are they sharing any information as to why? Do they not know where he is? Are they getting a tactical team together to move in? Are they sharing anything like that?
That's a really good question, Kim. From what we can gather based on Andrew Wash's press conference, not taking a lot of questions at all last night, but of course they will be turning over any stone unturned to make sure that they get this person. But when we get those details, we'll be sure to update you.
All right, thank you, Andrew Nomura, and before him, Alora Lagarde with our live team coverage of two people who have been shot and killed in front of the famous Bellagio Fountains just hours ago. Thank you for that, Andrew.